All right, Alice, let's talk new album here.
Yes.
Along Came a Spider.
Yes.
Is based on...
It's a serial killer.
Of course.
And this guy is, like, really strange. He's like, they find the bodies wrapped in silk.
Perfect.
And with one leg missing.
Oh, it's great.
So there's like eight. Yeah, there's eight victims.
Where
eight
does
legs.
the leg go?
Well...
Okay, we'll find out.
You kind of think, well, is he building his own spider or what? And
look how excited he's like a child when he talks.
And then,
and then Peter Parker.
What happened?
No, and so it's a love story too. He falls in love with one of his victims, and of course he can't kill her. It doesn't mean he doesn't take her leg, but he can't kill her. And
this album is done already.
It's done and it's really hard rock album, very good hard rock.
And when's
album.
that coming out?
Should be out end of July.
Very good.
So we'll be out on tour already. So next year will be that tour. Will be the Spider tour.
You're coming back to Boston?
Of course.
Okay. Well, that like in October?
2 years in a row.
Okay.
When we played Boston, we voted Boston the best audience.
That's awesome.
And I'm not kidding you.
That's
They were
Halloween's
just the craziest audience.
Halloween week or the week before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you get on stage and you look in the audience, you realize that you're underdressed because they're weirder than you are.
What's the audience like where you live in Arizona? Where there's Alice Cooper.
That's right. You would think that. Actually, Phoenix is really young. It's a really young city, but you're right. There is that area.
Did you hang out for the Super Bowl? Or did you get out of town?
I was sitting in the Bridgestone box right there, and this lady next to me kept screaming, "Oh, Tommy got sick again."
Tommy. Poor Tommy.
And I realized I was sitting next to his mother.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow.
And so I suddenly, I didn't really have a favorite in that team in that game, except that all of a sudden I was a Patriots fan because I'm sitting next to his mother.
Yeah.
And Giselle.
Yeah, luncheon.
Now this is the funny thing about her. All right, she might have had a few wines. I'm not saying that she didn't have a little wine. And the voice kept getting lower. Defense! Defense! And I kept looking around going, who is the 300-pound guy yelling defense? And it's Giselle Bundchen, right?
Supermodel.
And the longer the game went on, I started noticing, hormones. There's like this little mustache. So I think the more she drinks,
yeah,
the husky,
which is a total turn on for me. I don't know.
I'm saying,
Kevin's always liked husky men.
she's tough. I mean, she looked great though. She really did.
Who's your baseball team?
Well, I'm a D-backs fan because I'm from Arizona, but I'm a Tigers fan.
You are,
yeah. So which is not very inoffensive to anybody. They can't beat anybody.
Right.
So,
and I know you love the NBA. So I mean, what's your take on the Celtics?
I'd rather see the Celtics than the Lakers. I can tell you that.
But being from Detroit,
I'm from Detroit, but I'm a Suns fan.
Okay.
All the guys.
You lived in Arizona as a kid, did you not?
50 years I've been in Arizona.
It's not like
so
you were born in Detroit, but you moved.
Well, the great thing about Arizona is that there's really no natural disasters there except for the Cardinals. And the nice thing about the Cardinals there is if you get there early, sometimes they let you play.
They have a nice stadium, though.
Oh, really nice.
Really nice stadium.
All right, so a listener sends me a link to this story. Okay. About you.
Okay.
This British rock band, is it the Zootons? Are you familiar?
Oh, I've heard of them, yeah.
Okay. The Zootons have claimed that Alice Cooper blocked up their toilet while they were recording in America. Bassist Russ Pritchard said the veteran U.S. rocker interrupted their recording session and annoyed everyone in the studio. Quote, "We had a mad visitor come to the studio on the last day in America, Alice Cooper. He was a bit weird, started pestering everyone, using the phone when he shouldn't, making coffee for himself but no one else, and then he clogged up the toilet." Yes?
I've never heard of the Zootons. This must have been another Alice Cooper, some 78-year-old woman.
This never happened?
No, I've never.
That's crazy.
First of all, honestly, I've never met the Zootons. I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I never would go to a studio unless I was recording
in it. This is a full-on made-up story to promote an album.
It's great. I love that story. But I mean, no, I've honestly.
And what are you stopping up a toilet with?
Oh, and in fact,
seriously.
Since I love urban legends, I did that.
There you go.
Why not?
I put the snake right down the toilet.
It's like we had a lunch lady named Alice Cooper when I was in the 8th grade, and
that was me.
And thing is, she loved it. You know, you would have thought, you know, that she would have been she was like
She
in her
wrote it,
set-
yeah.
She loved being Alice Cooper because people would ask her, you know.
Tell me she wore the makeup.
No, it's a hairnet. It wasn't much of it, but I mean, she just loved it. I mean, I'm sure she's long gone, but
How funny, you know, well,
Yeah.
we have sort of a policy. If you bring your great aunt, and her name is Alice Cooper, she's in free to the show. So sometimes I come backstage and there's like 35 old women back there.
And you're like, why do I keep doing
I'm
this?
Alice Cooper. You know, so we let anybody named Alice Cooper in.
the name Alice, I think we may have talked about this before. Alice Cooper. That was a Ouija board thing. I mean, that's speaking-
another good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it was the Zootin's Ouija board.
In the
No,
crab
we-
room.
Aren't you a reincarnated witch?
Not that I know of,
Okay,
but
just-
no, that's another one of those great
Yeah.
urban legends, you
Right.
know, that I hear every place. The name came to me. I could have said Mary Thompson, or you know, I said, why don't we call ourselves something other than what we are, instead of being the Husky Baby Sandwich or something, you know?
Yeah.
Why don't we? Let's be Alice Cooper, and that's the first name I came up with, and it just stuck. And then after that, people going, I was working my Ouija board, and your name came up. And I went, well, that's a better story than mine, so.
We'll go with that.
Go with it.
Thanks for coming out today.
Hey,
we
this is
appreciate
great.
it. You're going to be playing with Pete today.
Playing with Pete.
So we're going to let you get a couple of warm-ups.
The Pete.
Nice.
This whole thing starts in about 10 minutes. And
Oh,
thanks
I'm
for
ready.
coming out. I know it benefits.
I don't even need a warm-up swing. I'm
Oh,
ready.
you're so good.
I'm there.
It does benefit the Shriners Hospital for Children in Boston, so we appreciate you taking the time. Alice Cooper.
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Alice Cooper. He's hitting the links in a couple of minutes, 8:20. We're back in a few. K&M Radio Show, Wayland Country Club.